How is it going? I hope everyone's doing well, and thank you for tuning in this video. Today I'm here with my WWE NXT TakeOver in your house review. Without wasting any more time, let's go and jump right into things. On the show, open up with a fantastic old school in your house style video package. They even had an NXT signature to open the show that led into the video package, which I thought was a fantastic touch. But yeah, that was all great. Just everything about the whole in your house vibe they did for the show, I thought they did an excellent job. They really made it feel like an in your house show. Even, the video package throughout the show, the commercials, so the ICO Pro, and advertising the ice cream bars, everything about this show legitimately made it feel like an in your house. So I thought NXT definitely nailed the head and the coffin in terms of that aspect. So they really, like I said, did a great job making it feel like an in-your-house event. But the opening match that led into the show was the six-woman tag team match. Of course, the team of Tegan, Mia Yim, and Shotzi Blackheart taking on Candice, LeRae, Dakota Kai, and Raquel Diaz. I thought this show, or González, sorry, I was thinking of old school FCW Raquel Diaz, Eddie Guerrero's daughter. Wow. Shaw Guerrero really went old school there. But Raquel González, I apologize. That's who it is. But yeah, the six-woman tag team match opened the show. Right from the get-go, Mia Yim wanted Candice LeRae, but Candice wanted no part of her, so she tagged in Raquel González. And the match it started off pretty good. It had a really nice pace to it. They had some nice spots, especially on the outside when everyone was just doing dives. Mia Yim did a dive, Candice LeRae did a springboard. And then, of course, Shotzi Blackheart, or not Shotzi Blackheart, Tegan went out to the top and did a senton to the outside, and then back in the ring, Shotzi Blackheart almost got beat by Candice once, Raquel González, hit a lariat. Candice got a near fall off of that. And honestly, the match kind of felt like it dragged after that. Just the quality felt like it went down. A lot of working on Shotzi until obviously Shotzi got the hot tag to Mia. And then, both women going back and forth. Candice got in the ring. Then Mia and Candice actually just took off. Tegan got the tag in before Mia took off and everything, but Tegan was the legal person. Her and Dakota went back and forth. That Dakota hit or was able to miss the kick in the corner. Tegan got the upper hand, hit a choke slam, ended up hitting the shiniest wizard on Dakota Kai. 1, 2, 3. Tegan Knox got the win for her team. Like I said, thought it was a fine match. It was good. Like I said, up to all the spots, but once Shotzi kicked out of the lariat, that felt like the match kind of dragged on, and it kind of just, the quality kind of fell through. But it was a fine opening match for what it was. Nothing against it. It did its job. From there, we go to Finn Balor taking on Damian Priest. In my personal opinion, match of the night. This was a great match. I really enjoyed it. Damian Priest, I've never been a huge fan of his. Even going back to his days as Punisher Martinez, I just never cared for him. But I thought him in this match, he was excellent. He came to show everyone that he's here to stay and be a main event player. I thought he had an excellent performance. His match with Finn Balor was very entertaining. Just overall, fantastic work from both men. Right from the get-go, Balor hits a huge missile drop kick in the corner before the bell even rings. That pisses off Damian Priest, and then they go at it for a while until Damian Priest just works on Balor for a good while. Works on the neck of him, which kind of sucks. I thought the match was just going to be a boring one at that point because there's just a bunch of holds for a good little while, and then Balor had his comeback, and they just beat the holy fuck out of each other. Damian Priest takes a huge bump where Balor kicks him, and he just fucking falls straight onto the steel steps, which God, man, my back hurt watching him take that bump. Damian Priest hit a razor's edge on the Finn Balor onto the apron, which was a great spot. Just a lot of great transitions, and everything was just crystals clear and smooth. They worked excellent. They had great chemistry, and I definitely want to see more of these two in the future. I thought these two had a great match. Like I said, Damian Priest definitely had a breakout performance this match against Finn Balor. He definitely was very quick and smooth. Everything he did looked very crisp. He just seemed very seasoned, and I definitely saw star potential in Damian Priest in this match against Finn Balor, which I thought was great. And closing in, looked like Priest was getting the win. Balor had his comeback, hits the coup de grace on the back of the neck of Priest, hits one more coup de grace, 1, 2, 3, defeats Damian Priest. Like I said, great match. Enjoyed the hell out of it. Like I said, great performance from Priest. Definitely made him like $1 million. And like I said, definitely want to see more between him and Finn Balor. Great stuff. Definitely, like I said, my personal opinion, match of the night. Love that match between both of them. Next, we go to the NXT North American Championship. Keith Lee defending against Johnny Gargano. This match was really good, but just didn't live up to the expectations. I don't know, this whole new Johnny Gargano gimmick, I'm not feeling it. It doesn't seem organic or natural. It just seems like him trying to be a character that he's not. So I'm not really all for this Giant Gargano heel turn, but, you know, right from the get-go, just not really a whole lot going on. Gargano runs off to the point where Keith Lee had to chase him on the stage, and they actually had the doorbell camera for a good little portion of those two, which I thought was pretty funny. But back in the ring, Gargano has comeback on Keith Lee, actually ended up injuring the hand of Keith Lee, and they actually played a big part of the match. You know, Lee was selling his hand for a good portion of it, which I thought he did a great job selling his hand, by the way. But I just felt like for the most part, they didn't do a whole lot in this match. It was mainly just selling and just a whole lot of nothing. I just felt like there's really nothing exciting about it. You know, I felt like with these two names, they would go out there and have this blowaway match. And I understand they really didn't have a crowd of people, but at the same time, I don't know, I expected more. And like I said, maybe it's because this Gargano character just isn't working for me, but these two definitely didn't reach the expectation that I was hoping for. But I still enjoyed the match. Gargano hit a tornado DDT on Keith Lee on the outside, had to go back in the ring to break up a pin, or not a pin, but a count out, because the referee was able to hit the 10 count on Lee. Gargano didn't want it, so he stopped the count. As soon as he rolled back on the outside, Keith Lee is a huge pounce, sent Gargano through the plexiglass around the barricade, which I thought was a great spot. Back in the ring, they go at it for a good portion, had some great sequences and some nice counters. Gargano closed in on the win, ended up hitting his finish, but Keith Lee kicked out of the one final beat, I believe his finish is called, the super kick. Ended up hitting some super kicks onto Keith Lee. Keith Lee had a huge spirit bomb out of nowhere, hit another one, followed by the Big Bang catastrophe in 1, 2, 3. Keith Lee retains the NXT North American Championship. Like I said, very good match. Keith Lee did a great job of selling. It wasn't a bad match, but like I said, I guess my expectations were a little higher than they should have been, but it's still really good, just not as great as it could have been. From there, we go to the Backlot Brawl for the NXT Championship. Adam Cole defending against Velveteen Dream. This was a weird match. It definitely wasn't your typical match. You know, it definitely wasn't. I mean, obviously it was shot like it's the cinematic style that we've seen it, you know, used like for the Boneyard match, and that's kind of what this match really was shot like, the Boneyard match, with commentary though, which I thought commentary kind of killed it at times. I think Mara was the only person commentating, but I just feel like commentary was not needed in this match. But yeah, Velveteen Dream came out dressed as Negan from Walking Dead. And they brawled, and then Velveteen Dream just chased Adam Cole. Cole tried to get away, tried to drive away. Dream beat him out of the car, and then they did the car spot where Velveteen Dream was setting up Cole, pushes Cole off the ladder through a windshield, set up for the Purple Rainmaker. Then, of course, Bobby Fish and Roderick Strong show up to beat up Velveteen Dream. Cole's telling them, you know what to do, take him out. And as Cole and as Roddy and Fish are trying to take out Velveteen Dream, Dexter Lumis comes out of nowhere and kidnaps both Roddy and Fish, throws them in the car, and just speeds off. So it's now back to a 1-1 match. And it looks like Dream's closing on the win, hits the DVD, sets up for the Purple Rainmaker. He hits it, actually, but doesn't get the pin immediately. Cole kicks out, which I thought was great. And then Cole got the upper hand, ends up hitting the Panama Sunrise, and then 1, 2, 3 retains the NXT Championship. So Adam Cole retains the NXT title. Like I said, it was a really weird match. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. It was just, I don't know, I just felt like they didn't do anything. The only thing they did was the finish. You know, the spot where Cole went through the windshield, then the finish. I felt like that was the only thing they did in this match. So I thought they did a poor job of utilizing the stipulations. I felt like they had a good opportunity to use the cars to really make this an epic match, but I just feel like they didn't really put the effort into it. I guess they just relied on it being a cinematic match to really sell it. And so once it actually happened, it didn't fully deliver. So I don't know. The cinematics sold the match, but the match itself wasn't very good. So I thought they dropped the ball with the match, but like I said, it was fine for what it was. From there on, we go to Tommaso Ciampa taking on Karrion Kross. This match was exactly what it needed to be. Karrion Kross immediately just beats the shit out of Ciampa. Ciampa, you know, has some strikes, but Kross just no-sells it. Ciampa has some nice sequences, hits the running knee a handful of times, hits the draping DDT for a 2 count, goes for his finish, which the fairy tale ending, but then Kross counters it into an inverted F5, locks in the crossface chicken wing, and chokes out Ciampa and gets the win. And pretty much was an extended squash, but it was exactly what he needed to be. Ciampa's an established guy. Him being beat the way he did isn't going to make him lose any steam. He isn't going to be less credible than he is. Him taking a loss here doesn't hurt him by any means. and it definitely boosts Karrion Kross's his value. It puts him up huge. The fact that he manhandled Ciampa, one of the NXT's biggest names, way he did, and it beat him very, very quickly too. He beat Ciampa in like 6 minutes, and like I said, it's an extended squash essentially. But Ciampa looked good though. He still got offense in. They had a nice brawl, but the way they booked Kross, he looked like a complete monster, and I thought they did a fantastic job here. The way they booked him, so. Karrion Kross looked very, very impressive and dominant. I'll be perfectly honest, I haven't seen a whole lot of his stuff besides what he's done at NXT. I've heard his name, Killer Kross, for the last like year and a half, but I really haven't seen any of his stuff till now. And I'll tell you, the little that I saw him from tonight definitely made me a fan and definitely made me believe this guy is a main event guy in the future. So yeah, they're pushing Karrion Kross to the moon, and rightfully so. They're doing a fantastic job. But yeah, Kross and Ciampa, in my opinion, was exactly what it needed to be. Good stuff, good extended squash. And then we go to the main event, which was a triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair defending against Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley. This was a great main event. Honestly, you could argue that this match is better than the Finn Balor Damian Priest match. Personally, I enjoyed the Finn Balor Damian Priest match more, but this was still a great main event. This was a great way to end the show. There was never a dull moment. There was non-stop action, which I think in these type of matches are needed. When you have multiple people, you need constant or consistent action. You need it, the wheels to keep turning. You don't want a point where it stops and it slows down. You want it to keep going non-stop. Everyone has their own spots, and that's exactly what they did here. They're able to utilize each other very greatly. They're able to do innovative spots with one another. I saw it, all three women worked tremendously well, especially Io Shirai. She was definitely the MVP of this match. She was fantastic. The match went up into the stage where Charlotte, threw her through the stage, the in-your-house stage, and then Io actually at one point of doing a crossbody off of the house. So she did an excellent job, and Rhea Ripley looked fantastic. They all look great. They all look fantastic, if you ask me. There were some spots that didn't come off the greatest. Like there was one point where Charlotte was supposed to do a double spear, but it came off more like a double clothesline because she clearly hit like the neck, chest area. So they tried to play it off like as a spear, but it was clearly a double clothesline. But whatever. Rhea Ripley hit the riptide on Charlotte Flair off the second rope for a near fall after Io broke the pin up. Charlotte had to come back on Rhea. All three women were just going crazy doing spots. Charlotte had the figure eight locked in on Rhea Ripley. Then out of nowhere, Io Shirai hits the moonsault, absolutely destroying Rhea Ripley. Like her knees crushed her face. Poor Rhea. I don't even know how she's still conscious, honestly. But Io hits a huge moonsault, and 1, 2, 3. Io Shirai is your brand new NXT Women's Champion. Couldn't be any happier. Definitely think Io was the right person to beat Charlotte for the championship. I mean, she didn't beat Charlotte, but she took it from Charlotte, so didn't mind it at all. And obviously she pinned Rhea, so she didn't pin Charlotte, which I didn't mind because honestly, I think there's money in an Io Charlotte takeover match, a singles takeover. So whenever the next takeover is, I definitely think they should have a singles match there to really put over Io and beating Charlotte that way. But like I said, I didn't mind her beating Rhea. For that reason. That's only if they do a singles. If they don't do a Charlotte rematch, then I don't see why they couldn't have had Charlotte take the pin there. She could have just hit the figure eight or hit the moonsault on Charlotte instead of Rhea. But I don't know. Like I said, if it's for a rematch, then I don't mind. But if Charlotte doesn't have another match in NXT again, then there was no point of Charlotte not taking the pin here. But yeah, Io wins the championship, and what was a great match. Like I said, great main event to close the show. And overall, the event itself, I thought was a solid show. I thought it was a good takeover. Not a great takeover by any means, but you know what, given the circumstances, I thought it was a fun show. It definitely fit an in-your-house style show. This is exactly what an in-your-house show kind of was. It was a good 2 hour. I mean, the show was like 2.5 hours, but it was a good 2.5 hour, solid, fun wrestling pay-per-view. And that's exactly what this show was. It was good, enjoyable, and it was entertaining. It took my mind off of what was going on in the world for 2.5 hours, so it definitely did its job. So I thought TakeOver was a good, solid show, just not a blow away, TakeOver that we were used to seeing. NXT TakeOver in your house, like I said, overall, I thought it was a good show. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please feel free to leave a like below. And of course, the next time, I'll see you guys then. Thank you guys for watching the video.